From cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here. From the break room drama to the boss that's here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here. So grab a seat, it's horror from here. Office gossip, Twitter jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. You jump and jump, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Office gossip, career jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa have seen it all. From cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here. From the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here. So grab a seat, it's horror premiere.
There we go. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the first YouTube Live of the year. My name is Erika.
Hi, Marissa.
And thank you for hopping on the Hot Mess Express.
All aboard. Welcome to the Hot Mess Express. Choo choo. All aboard.
That was a little low, right?
It was, but I think it's the system,
Okay.
unfortunately. But look at us. Didn't talk over it. We hit it right on cue. Better than our start on Station Head this last Tuesday, right?
Improvements.
Improvements,
That's what we're going to
definitely.
focus on. Growth.
And I didn't start with the cursing like I did on Tuesday. But anyhow, you guys, welcome. Yes. So weird to be back on YouTube, I guess. I don't know. We're just getting the hang of it. Fourth show, I guess, doing this. Like right when we kind of started hitting that that stride, we went on hiatus. You and I went on hiatus. So on Tuesday, one of the things that I talked about, Marissa, was my trip to Denver.
Yes.
Right? So those of us who are just new to our YouTube show and don't really know what I'm talking about when I reference Station Head, that is the other platform that we use to run our show. Right? You want to talk to them a little bit about Station Head?
Yeah. So Station Head is actually a platform that we transitioned into from another kind of platform that we were using before it shut down. So it is a app that we use where you can run live shows with music, and just kind of throw on a show and utilize music, connect to Apple or Spotify, and host shows there. So we were for a while hosting shows before we came onto YouTube. We were hosting shows specifically on Station Head, which a lot of the people that watch us here and watch us live also host in Station Head as well. Oh, and I think we lost Erika.
There we go. I clicked myself out. I don't know how I did that, but here we are.
Here we are.
But here we are. Okay, so anyhow, the reason I wanted you to talk about Station Head is because in Denver, I did a meetup with a lot of the Station Head community. So like Marissa said, people host shows. It's like an internet radio show platform, right? So people go on there, host their own shows. One of the shows that I listen to every day is the Kendall B Show. And puts on an excellent 3-hour show for free for us he's like babysitting 40 some adults of us that tune in every morning, right? And we decided to do a meetup on in Denver on December, right?
Yes.
So while we were there, I talked about it on Tuesday. First night that we were there, I went and had dinner, and it was with Dimitri, Jen, all three of us. Well, Jen and I traveled from Houston together, and Dimitri picked us up. So we all stayed at the same hotel. But at dinner, we also had Collie. We had his beautiful fiance, Nadi Yadi. We had Dave J on the mic and his beautiful fiance, V-Rod, right? Yes. So when we were at dinner, you know, everybody's like, well, we know each other. Like there's certain parts of that we don't know, right? Like I don't really know what everybody's occupation is, and people
Mhm.
know that I'm in marketing, but they don't know exactly what I do in marketing type of thing, right?
Right.
But we're at dinner and I bring up the topic of like, oh, we're talking about work. And so I asked him, I'm like, who here truly like likes their job? Like, do you love your job? Do you love what you do? And what do
Mhm.
you think the majority would say, Marissa?
I'm a natural hater, so I'm gonna say no. Because that is just my personality. So I'm gonna say about 70% would say no, maybe.
Right? I'm like, do you guys truly love your job? Do you just check in for the paycheck? Like what? I'm curious.
Mhm.
All of them
Stop.
love their job.
No, they don't. Fucking liars. No, they don't. You're telling me you wake up every day and you're like, I love what I do? Bullshit.
They love it. I was like, what? I'm like, okay, look, I don't hate my job. I don't hate it. Do I wish that they paid me a little more? Fuck yeah, I
Mhm.
do. But it's for me, I mean, I'm okay with it, right?
Mhm.
I love like did I grow up wanting to be in marketing? Absolutely the fuck not, right? So I mean, this is not my dream job. This is
What
not
I
what I
do.
wanted to be. Yeah, this
Right.
I didn't aspire to this as a child, but here I am. So I was the only one that was like, I just go to collect a paycheck. Everybody else loves their job. They love what they do. Collie was like he maybe loves it a little more than I do. Right? Like he's
Okay.
not in love with it like everybody else. Like he wasn't fully in like everybody else, but he was at like
Mhm.
to 8 like 90%. Um so I was completely shocked. I
I'm
thought
completely shocked because I can't believe that every single person was like, yep, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Everybody felt that way. That I call bullshit.
I call bullshit.
Liars,
I
mentirosos.
mean, so if you guys are tuned into the show, let us know in the chat. I'm very curious. I mean, was it just
Yes.
like an off night? Was I just with the like weird group of people that I was with that loved their job? It was just I was in shock. So anyhow, I came back. Was telling my sister the conversation. My sister was like, "What are you talking about? The majority of people love their jobs," and I'm like, "No, the fuck they do not." Like majority of people go and collect a paycheck, but people aren't checking in. Like people aren't waking up every day and saying, "I fucking
I live for this.
dream to
Yeah.
be this," right? I mean, because when you were little, what did you want to be when you were little? I mean,
I
aside like
wanted I wanted to be
something
a heart
stupid like a dog
surgeon.
or something, you know what I mean? Like little kids, you ask them, "What do you want to be?" And like they want to be dogs or some bullshit like that, right?
Yeah. No, but like thinking about what I even when I was growing up and I was not little, like thinking about like, when you think about your career path and when you go to school and you're like, I'm gonna be this. I didn't end up doing any of the things that I, did that, but I don't know. I have a hard time believing that everybody loves their job. Like I don't think that that's true.
Like I don't wake up in the morning and I'm not like, "Oh fuck, I have to go to work," because I've had those jobs. I mean, corporate was that job, right?
Yeah.
But I don't wake up like, "Let's do this." It's like,
And that's what
I'm
I'm
here.
saying. Like I've never woken up and been like, yes, I get another day to, I love this for me. No. But I have been, I think a lot of people maybe are content with their job, but to sit there and say that you love your job, I'm sorry, I'm calling bullshit. Like that is a strong word
I
to
mean,
use.
right when I was little, I wanted to be a journalist, right? And that's
Okay.
why I'm so fucking nosy as an adult. That's why I need to know the
Makes
scoop.
a lot of
That's why
sense.
I'm like, tell me all about it. Sitting there with my popcorn as an adult versus a pen, right? Which I thought I'd be doing. Like, I really wanted to be a journalist, and then I didn't.
But
Then
I
what did you want to
But you
be?
change, right? Like
Yeah.
you change as you grow up, that changes. I wanted to be an astronaut at some point, and then I went in and I was like, I want to be a heart surgeon. Did I do any of those things? Absolutely not. And thank
I
God.
mean, but look at you now living close to NASA. So kind of
Girl, like 2 hours away, but okay.
so you're kind of there. I'm going to give you 5% there. Uh, but and then I grew up and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be a journalist. I wanted to, when I was in school, I wanted to be a publicist, right?
Mhm.
So then that Carrot Top pissed those dreams away. I don't know if I've ever
Nope.
told the story out loud. I know I
I
told
don't
them
think so.
I know I told them at dinner, but when I was in Vegas, I was working for a PR marketing firm, and that PR marketing firm handled the Las Vegas convention, right? So anything that had to do with like Las Vegas and promoting it or whatever, we were the agency for it.
Mhm.
And Jimmy Kimmel does a week where like a Vegas week, I should say, right?
Mhm.
Because he's from Vegas and loves Vegas, blah blah blah. So we were gonna fly out all this talent for the show, right? And so we had at that point the Tropicana was still up, and there was like we're gonna take the showgirls from Tropicana, different acts from like Las
Okay.
Vegas Strip acts. Carrot Top being one of them, who was not at the airport, was not at the, like
Mhm.
at the flight. We had to take off. And granted, it's like a quick 45-minute flight, but still, like they have to get there, they have to rehearse. It's a
Yeah.
lot of shit to do, right? Behind the scenes
Yeah.
for a show like that. Didn't show up. So they made my ass, because I was bottom of the barrel, go pick him up, like what's going on. So I had to go there. He was in the middle of like a celebrity meltdown and fucking tore me to pieces.
Stop.
Yeah, tore me to pieces. I cried.
Oh no.
Well, I cried afterwards. I didn't cry in front of him, right? But I was just like, guys, it took me 30 fucking minutes to get him in the car, right?
What was he melting up? Like,
I
what
don't
was his meltdown
honestly,
about?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember. I have a shit memory. I think maybe my trauma blacked it out, but
Yeah.
but he made me cry, and I was like, fuck that. I'm like, he's D list and he acts like that. Could you imagine being like a publicist for like an A list?
Oh no.
Hell no. Hell no. I was like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. And then whatever. I'm still in marketing, but not a publicist.
Not in that aspect.
Not
yeah.
in that part of the PR marketing world.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so here I am. And again, I have to say, don't hate my job. I'm okay. I really love my team. But I don't wake up every day like, let's do this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I cannot believe that everybody's like, I love 100% love what I do. I think there's people, I think that maybe people are content and they're like, hey, this is not the worst. I can do this. I don't hate it. Right.
Mhm.
I'm not like dreading to go to work. But unless you're like, when you were little, you were like, I want to be a fireman. And then you grew up and you were a fireman and like fills your cup. Like, good for you.
Like
I
my
envy-
cousin who,
Yeah.
So I have a cousin, you guys, who, since his father is a fireman, but since he was born, he's like, I'm going to be a fireman. I'm going to be a fireman. And now full-fledged, like adult fireman, like his other son's going to be one too. But like, he's known from day one what he wanted to do. I still don't.
That's what I'm saying. I love that there's people that are super that have that conviction that they're like, this is what I love to do. And I know what my purpose is. And I love, and I'm going to pursue it. I'm sorry. But when I was growing up, I was not like, I want to click in front of a computer the whole fucking day. Like, that is my dream job.
Send
that
emails out, right? Fight with fucking sales team.
Exactly.
No.
Like, that just fills my cup. Like, no, I'm sorry. It doesn't. But tell us in the chat, please let us know. Do you love your job? Did you know what you want to do? Is that what you wanted to do when you were little? We'd love to know. And I'm actually going to drop the link in the chat if you want to join us and tell us about your story, what you want it to be. And do you love your job? Are you pumped up every day to go to work, or is it more of a, hey, I'm content? Because I'm telling you, I cannot believe that every single person there love their job.
I'm looking at the chat. D. Casillas is saying, I love my job and the people I work with. Casillas, that's why you're a doctor from GRU, because look at you, always fucking striving and being the best at everything you do. I can't. But anyhow, so the reason I bring up this whole conversation is because Dimitri and I, another, like, on one of the car trips that we had there, we were talking about what were we talking? Oh, a dream job. Like, what would be your dream job, right? But so I'm like, well, to not work, of course, like, fuck. Not working is my dream job. But anyhow, I found this guy who could possibly have my dream job, but it comes with some, like, he could probably get his ass kicked. But let me play you guys the video of what he does, like what his company does, and then we'll talk about it, and then we'll move on to something else. But
okay,
I need you guys to watch this video and what this guy does.
What does your company do and how was it formed?
OCDA is an acronym for Occupational Cares Diversity Affairs. And what we do is people go to my website, they file a complaint about their boss or their supervisor, anything like that. We show it to the job and we cuss their ass out. Yeah, everything you want to say to your boss, that you can't say, y'all contact us, go to our website, ocdaofficial.com, and we'll show up and say all the things you want us to say verbatim.
Is it anonymous? Like, do they know who it's
from?
Oh,
yeah, the complaints are totally anonymous, but I say everything verbatim, so you can curse on your complaints. I'm going to curse anyway.
How fucking hilarious is that, right?
Oh my God, I think I found my dream job, guys.
We're going to have to franchise here in Houston, right?
I need to contact this man. We need to make this happen because I would thrive. Let me tell you.
So of course I went down the fucking rabbit hole of this guy's videos, right? Because this is hilarious. Like, I can't believe, I mean, we were still in corporate. I mean, I don't know if I could, because it's not like he couldn't have walked in to tell Schmim off, right? Like, there was no way.
We could have brought her to the front.
Or maybe send him when I knew she'd be in like corporate headquarters, right? Fucking hilarious. But I'm like, of course people are paid him to do this. So here's one of the videos I want you to see, because he's also a comedian, guys, right?
Okay.
But this is his shtick. I've never seen his like stand up, so I don't know what that's about, but this is his YouTube channel. He puts the clips on TikTok as well.
Okay.
So let me show you of him in action, because it's wild.
Okay.
How you doing? My name is Agent Ratliff.
Okay.
You not gonna shake my hand? Fuck it then.
Excuse me?
I said you're not gonna shake my hand. Fuck it then. Right here, we're looking for Mr. Brad Dunn, Tamika and staffing coordinator, and Nina.
So, if you would like to come have a conversation with me, but I'm not giving you permission to videotape me.
Look, listen, time out.
Go ahead and call the cops.
Everybody, look, we're gonna be recording, and I don't care about you calling the police, we're authority figure. Lame ass nigga, get your tight shirt, stupid ass wearing back there. Let me tell you what's gonna happen to you.
Is this a professional?
Yes, it is. This is a real company and we deal with real complaints. You pull your phone out too, because when you post it, your people, whoever follow you, they gonna love it. Oh, so let me tell you.
Tamika, take him.
Yeah. Oh, you Tamika. The staffing coordinator. Act like she on your side. Very two-faced. She most likely got on a colored wig. She hang with Karen, the super CNA that want to be a nurse so bad but don't want to go to school for it.
Tape him. Who let him in here?
And let me tell you what's gonna happen to you. You gonna get married. You gonna have a husband. He ain't gonna want to do no penetration. He just gonna want to do scissor.
Oh, I'm glad y'all got him.
Boo the hole on coochie. That's all he gonna do.
Get out.
Boo the hole on coochie.
Hey, get your phone on people. Hey, yeah, I'm not. See, now we got, yes, sir.
Get out. You don't take me without my permission. You don't take me without my permission.
Sir.
You don't take me without my permission.
Y'all better get this lady out.
Get out.
Get your old ass.
Open the door. Open the door. Take me without my permission.
It don't matter. You only been here. You finna be embarrassed, dummy.
Right? She's a piece of work.
Piece of work. What she is, OG? Huh? What you just said she was?
Piece of work.
She's a piece of work.
Even the people here know she's a piece of work and a piece of shit.
What's OCDA?
Now you want to ask.
What's OCDA?
You the one who called me out here.
I'm the one that called you out here?
Yes.
Okay.
You know it.
That's fine.
How fucking hilarious is that?
Oh my God, I can't. I'm telling you, I would thrive. I would thrive.
We need a franchise. We need to franchise. What was it? ODCA?
OCD, I think.
Well, and then Kaleo is asking in the chat if it's real. Yes, Kaleo, he actually has the website. He goes in and he does go to people's places of work and will fucking tell people off. Like, it's crazy. He's got a little counterpart. They go in their little uniforms. They're like, we're authority figures. Bosses sit down with him. It's the craziest shit. But look at us, Marissa, our first caller. Let's get him up. And look who it is. Hi, papi.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, gracias. ¿Y usted?
About
now you just went too far.
about 3:30.
I'm indoors, so I have to talk in Spanish with my Hispanic accent. If I was outside, I'd be like, "Oh my God, it's Dimitri. How are you?"
Well, that's what you have to say to get through your gate. So,
my white girl accent. Oh my God, what's going on?
Accent.
Hi. So are you calling in to tell us about how much you love your job? But
I am, because Marissa is just ill-informed. Some people can love their jobs. I hated the other job that I had, but this one is like the greatest ever. And I'm my own boss. So that's
what do you do? Do you work for somebody else or you work for yourself?
for myself.
Difference.
And I have to take care of this wayward white woman over here. So
That's a job in itself.
that adds a little pressure.
That sounds like a perk to the job, Dimitri. That doesn't sound like something negative.
And I'm sorry I look so rough. It's been a rough couple of days. Doreen gave me something.
Oh no.
Oh,
No,
That's why
you
my
look
voice-
fine.
Yeah, you're
That's why
good.
my voice
You're good.
sounds
You're
so
great.
sexy.
But right, Dimitri, at that dinner, when I asked the question, I was the outlier. Every person there was like, we love our job.
Yeah, and I think it's because Kali and Nadi Yadi work at a pretty great company, because I have other friends that work for them, and I've never heard a complaint about that specific company. So when I was in telecom, I hated my job. I wanted to kill people. I did the sexual harassment thing against Margaret, right? Because my old boss, before we moved to Vegas, tried to bring me to Vegas on a company trip, even though we didn't have offices out here. And when I said no, shit started to get bad for me. So,
dang, Dimitri, she wanted to. She wanted to get you drunk and take advantage of you.
Well, the thing is, it was sexual harassment, but if it was like Halle Berry or Kelly Rowland, I'd be like, stop it. Yeah, we can go. But,
yeah, we can go.
Yeah, so because I know how you women are too. If it's me hitting on you, then that's acceptable. But if it's Rolandism, who just showed into the chat, then you will report him.
Rolandism is fucking adorable.
I know.
He is fucking adorable with those big old dimples.
I'm just sick right now. So.
But let me tell you, if I have my own business, I'm gonna go down for harassment. But that's gonna be in the rule books. This is what we do here. You can't sue us, right, Marissa?
Absolutely. You gotta roll with it. We are degenerates. This is what you signed up for.
The only other person at this company is Doreen. So what's she gonna do? I'm HR. Who's she gonna report it to?
I thought I was HR.
You're HR?
Yeah, I want to be HR.
Okay,
Well,
she's
dang.
HR, but I'm still the CEO. What is she gonna do?
Wait a minute, I want to be CEO.
I'm the chairman of the board.
Oh my God. I thought you guys would have worked this out before.
Yeah,
Starting the company together.
We're still trying to. iron out the kinks. Not kinks,
It's a
the
work in
wrinkles.
progress. Work in progress.
Hey, would
Yeah,
you ever hire that guy? Or would you
Oh,
ever want to do what
absolutely.
that guy does?
So
You would totally want to do what that guy does.
what I've done before, and I don't know if it was actually gone through with, but my goddaughter was having an issue with her stepmom. So we found this place online where you could order shit. So it could be like gorilla shit. It was shit from a zoo and have it sent to the people. And yeah, we sent a couple of bags of shit to them.
Zoo? You're getting like elephant poop?
Yep.
Like, you could be very specific. Yes.
Yep, you can get a mixture, or you could get gorilla. They had elephant. They had what other kind of shit they had, babe?
That kind of shit.
Yeah,
Probably
just,
had human shit.
I may look them up to see if they still have it and try to send Gentry some, just to see if they go through with it, or if it's just a mental thing, like you sent somebody a bag of shit, and now you can go on with your life. So we'll see. We'll do an experiment.
I mean, if it's there, let me know. I'll do some investigative work on my part, and Schmidt might be getting a package in 2025.
She may be
Maybe
getting a
open our
recurring
own
order.
shit sending business.
Uh,
No,
is that what? I'm sorry?
maybe we should open our own shit sending business.
I mean, throw it on the list of business ideas that we have going.
Okay.
It's in the hat. It's in the hat.
But there we go,
Okey-dokey.
guys. Dimitri called in, said he loves his job, trying to prove Marissa wrong. And in the chat, I think I think the only two people who answered were Flug and T. Casillas.
And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Nina L. Messer is like the best station head lawyer ever, so she's gonna love her job.
I mean, her fake job must be amazing. I mean, probably
Must
not,
be.
because she's taking care, like she's defending us.
And,
Like we
and
are her
I'm sorry
clients and
because-
we are a hard bunch.
Well, I'm watching you guys I'm watching us
No.
over here too, and there's the delay, and I have it on mute, and I'm doing like this because it's like squirrel. So I'm trying not to pay attention over here.
No worries.
Well, if you find the website, share with the class.
Yeah, I'll throw it in the
And
chat.
yes, put it in the chat for us. And Poppy, thank you so much for look at you being our first call in. Woo! Love it.
Thank
Well,
you.
guys. Love
All
you
right.
guys.
Love you. Talk to you later.
Love you guys too. Bye.
All right, guys. So you see Marissa, he loves it. I mean, but he also kind of is his own boss.
That's what I'm saying. It's a little different when you're your own boss because there's a little bit of flexibility. There's a lot of hard work. Don't get me wrong. Being your own boss comes with its own set of problems, I'm sure.
Mhm.
But it's a little different because you kind of dictate the work and, you have more control and say and flexibility. I'm talking about people that work, that you have to go clock in somewhere, that you get a paycheck from someone else. Like,
Mhm.
I cannot believe, unless like you were like, this is what I want to do. I want to grow up and be this, then I find that hard to believe. I don't know. I think you can find joy and love for what you do. I don't know. So you're telling me that every single person, if they had the option to not work or work because they love what they do, they're going to choose to work because they love what they do? I can't believe
No.
that.
Mm-mm. I don't either. I'm still I'm still calling bullshit on that. But
That's
anyhow,
To me, and again, it could be me. To me, love is a strong, strong word. Like I can maybe be okay with what I do. I don't hate it. You know what I mean? I find it fulfilling. But you're going to tell me that if I had the opportunity to do that one thing, that whether it's travel the world, whatever it is,
Yeah.
right? And get paid for it, or do what I do, I'm going to choose what I'm currently doing to take as a living. I don't know. I find that hard to believe.
well, I mean, people in the chat, I think Roland loves his job. Roland worked for TMZ. No, not really. I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
That's the job I gave him.
That's the job that, in our mind, that's what he does.
That's what he does.
he says, but Chappie says he has set a very high bar. I do not hate my job. I'm indifferent. That's what I'm saying. I think you can find love for what you do, or maybe find things that you like to do and then accommodate it to your job, which is fine. But I don't think everybody's like, again, given the option of doing that one thing that you're like if you were to get the option of being a journalist and being paid to be a journalist and having the same income you have now, are you going to choose to be a journalist, or are you going to choose what you do now?
I don't want to be a journalist anymore.
But
like, yeah, like whatever.
Whatever the equivalent of that dream kind of job would be, or that dream path would be.
I mean, of course you're going to take your dream job.
But then I don't know. To me, then to say I love what I do, then you know, then you would take that. I don't know.
All right, guys. Well, let's move on.
Yes.
Hold on. I forgot what we're doing. So we are trying to organize ourselves and this show. Trying to make it run a little smoother. Gonna add some new things this coming year. I know Fluggy's in the chat. He and I mentioned it on Tuesday. Fluggy and Nikki are going to be popping in with us once a month now, Marissa, and they're going to be doing a segment with us, schooling us on what the young kids are doing,
on what the youth is doing, because we need it. We need it.
They keep me young in the station head shows and the chats. They're the ones who keep me young, keep me up to par with everything that's going on in the millennial zillennial world. Right?
What isn't it already a different world because we have all the new ones?
All the alphas popping up? Yep. It is. So, but they still they're in between the zillennial millennials, but we don't really care about the alphas and what they're doing, right? Because they're still young, they're still doing, and I mean, because you have your kids are alpha.
Yes.
And my nephew's alpha. And I don't care about your lingo.
I have a Gen Zer, my oldest. And then Gael, my youngest, is an alpha. So I have both.
Okay. So my nephew falls in the alpha, and I'm like, okay, no. I want to know what like the 20-year-olds and
right
that are doing. So they're gonna school us on that. Then we have Gentry, who's gonna be joining us once a month as well. We're gonna be doing the I hate it here, but I love that for you segment, where we're going to be going around Houston doing different things, and then she'll pop on, she'll give her perspective, we'll give ours, because you and I hate everything and she loves everything.
Yes. He has a totally different experience.
Always.
Always.
Okay, but let's move the show along, and let's do our quick let's do our first story of the day, or should we do our commercial break? Let's do the commercial break.
Let's do the commercial break, and then we'll be back with the first story of the day.
Look, it's break time. How exciting! We'll be back soon. Don't get too frantic. You'll be here shopping. I know. Stick around. We'll be back to fuck up the show.
All right.
Okay, I'm trying to let it. There we go. There we go, guys. Yay, I did it. I did it right this time. Last time didn't work out so great. So our only commercial break this time, I should say, is brought to us by Outlast Apparel. That's why I'm wearing my little hoodie.
Yes.
So Outlast Apparel is run by KT Outlast, who's also a content creator on Station Head, was huge on AMP, and he's got his line of clothing that he's been doing since we've known him.
Yes.
And he just rebranded, has his new logo out, got his new he's got everything, man. He's got like hoodies, he's got hats, slides, mugs, a bikini, or a bathing suit, I should say. He's got everything. Look at him. A home line.
Love it.
He's got a candle that it's from like Smoke Buddies, which is his YouTube channel, that I'm hoping smells like really good weed. But but I don't know. I'm gonna have to buy one to find out. Anyhow, you guys, go out, support them. I've had this hoodie since, oh my God, I got it in 2022, and it is the most comfortable hoodie. I use it when I travel during my winter travel. It's always because it's thick, it's warm, it's comfortable, it's a little like heavy, so it gives you like that weighted material. like feeling so, and for as much as I've worn it and washed it, like the color is still on, like it hasn't faded. So go on there, support your community, and yeah, shop Outlast, I guess.
Yes. Please support. And I think one of the disclaimers here is we like to showcase fellow content creators and people in your small business. So if you do have a small business that you'd like for us to showcase on one of these, please send it our way. We'd love to have you on one of these segments. And again, promote this and put this out in the world. So hopefully it'll help you in the long run. So definitely let us know. We can always DM us on Instagram, and Erika, our handle is
at IHIHWHS.
Awesome.
All right, guys. So let's get into the story of the day. Okay, so this is going to be a life horror story, right? We did a lot of talking about your jobs. I'm going to flip it around. Let's do a life story. So it starts with, I've been best friends with Claire since high school. When she asked me to be her maid of honor, I was thrilled and went out to make her wedding special. I paid for the bridal shower, bachelorette, a weekend trip, bachelorette party, a weekend trip, decorations and other expenses, spending several $1,000s. While it was a lot of money for my husband and me, I wanted to make her big day perfect because she's like family to me. Ooh. Already, I'm like,
yeah,
that's a lot of money to be spending on somebody else's wedding, right? 2 months ago, I shared that I'm 4 months pregnant. Claire congratulated me, but started acting distant afterward. She excluded me from conversations about the wedding and made passive comments about how, quote unquote, hard it is to coordinate when people are distracted. What a bitch. I brushed it off thinking it was wedding stress.
No,
I
don't think so.
No, she just
sounds
yeah. A few days ago, she sat me down and told me she didn't want me in the wedding anymore. Her reason, I'm getting too fat.
Oh no. Immediately, hands.
Yeah. Pregnant or not, Marissa's fucking throwing punches.
That's a you problem. No, ma'am.
So I told her she's getting too fat and doesn't want me in the pictures. She said she has a specific vision for her wedding and I no longer fit in. I was devastated. I asked if it was about my pregnancy, but she insisted it wasn't personal. She said she was replacing me as maid of honor with another friend who fit her aesthetic.
How the fuck is that not personal?
You just told her she's too fat.
You're too fat. You don't fit my aesthetic, but don't take it personal. It's just the whole way you look right now. Excuse me. How is that not personal?
Wild. I told her if I wasn't in the wedding, I couldn't attend at all. I also handed her the receipts for everything I paid for and told her she or her fiance needed to reimburse me since I'd only spent that money as her maid of honor. Claire flipped out, calling me selfish and accusing me of trying to ruin her wedding. Oh shit. Sorry, guys. She said it was tacky. Oh, she said it was tacky to ask for money back. And then and the expenses like these were my responsibility as maid of honor. I reminded her that I was not maid of honor and was being replaced by another friend who fit her aesthetic. Since then, Claire, her fiance, and even her family have been spamming me with calls and texts. They're accusing me of being petty and overreacting because of pregnancy hormones. They're also saying I should have just let it go and written off the money because weddings are stressful and Claire didn't mean to hurt me.
Where do people, the audacity, like just because it's your wedding doesn't mean you get to be an absolute asshole to everybody around you. This is one of the things that I've never understood about like bridezillas or all of that is just, where do you think that that's okay to tell someone you don't fit my aesthetic? You're getting too fat. Like, do you
but don't take it personal.
But don't take it personal. But the whole way you look right now doesn't fit with what I had in mind. Like, that's insane. No. It's the audacity of like just thinking that they're supposed to conform around you. That's crazy.
Yeah. So they're because of the pregnancy hormones. They're also saying I should just let it go and write off the money because weddings are stressful and Claire didn't mean to hurt me. No, the fuck not. I mean, but also, like, why did you spend that much money on somebody else? I don't know. That's crazy. So my husband has been incredibly supportive and says I did the right thing. He's furious. He's furious at how Claire treated me and agrees that I shouldn't be out of thousands of dollars for a wedding I'm not a part of. I feel heartbroken and humiliated by someone I thought was my best friend. Still, the constant backlash has made me second guess myself. Am I the asshole for standing up for myself and asking for reimbursement? Or should I have just stepped away quietly aside?
No, fuck her and her fucking aesthetic and her craziness. Like, I'm sorry, but that, first of all, it's clearly not a friend. Again, we go back to the same thing. That's clearly not a friend of yours, because pregnant or not, this is you being pregnant in my photos is only going to be a reminder, if you're my best friend, of a wonderful time that we got to spend together. Your pregnancy, my wedding, one doesn't have to outshine the other. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, why are you making such a big deal? Let alone that, why are you kicking her out of your wedding party and not having her as your like, what does her being pregnant have to do with your wedding? Nothing. At the end of the day, it's going to be you in that dress with your man doing those vows in front of people. They're not going to be noticing the pregnant chick, you know, on the side. Like, that's not your friend.
These wedding stories just get, like, they're so wild. People get so crazy. And that's when I'm like, just go fucking elope, and you don't have to worry about any of this. I think that she should. I mean, ask for the money back.
I think so too.
Would I do it? Well, first of all, I'm going to be honest, guys. Unless it's my sister,
I'm not dishing out that money. Yeah.
I'm not dishing out thousands of dollars. It's not my responsibility. What was she paying for? She paid for the bachelorette party. She paid for what did she say? She the bridal shower. Bridal shower is not her responsibility.
It's not. Planning and helping her, maybe, but footing the bill is definitely not.
Footing the bill for the bachelorette party is not her thing either. Decorations, other expenses. Like, what other expenses is she paying for? Like, this is not her wedding.
But maybe that's just like her way of saying, hey, I support you. Because there's people, like, for me, I'm never going to be a person that, again, we all know this, I think, by now, but I'm never going to be the person that I'm going to be like hugging you and like, but I'm like, yes, I will support you. I will pay for dinner. Like, that is my way of showing people that I care for them, right? It's gift giving. Maybe that's her way of like, hey, I'm in this
love language.
Yeah, and maybe that was her way of like, hey, this is how I can contribute to your wedding and help you and have this experience, is because, you know, that's just what she thinks her role is as the best friend, because she thought they were best friends, right? So when I think of, you know, best friends, like, there's, I mean, different point in my life, but if you need something and I can help you, I'm 100% helping you. You know what I mean? If it's just a friend, then no. But, you know, that the level, I think, of connection and friendship that she thought she had was excusable, because maybe she thought like, hey, when, you know, when we have kids, or, you know, it'll be reciprocated at some point. Is what I'm saying. It's crazy. I don't know.
If I were getting married, I would never expect anybody to dish out money like that for me. That's, if I decide to like have a big wedding, go down that route, then that's on me. I'm not going to be like, hey, Marissa, you're my bestie, you're paying for the bridal shower. No, that's crazy. I'm not okay with that. All right, Marissa, what's going on in the chat?
Looks like everybody agrees. Before we get into the chat and the comments regarding the story that we just read, can you drop the link in the chat for Outlast's website?
Oh yeah,
please. And while she does that, we'll go ahead and get into the comments. Roland says, no, Claire's the asshole. Bruce says, you're fat, you're out, no hard feelings though. Sal says she's hella jelly. And Fluggy says, ugh, don't you hate it when you're trying to have a wedding and your friends aren't hot enough? I mean, the audacity. She said, Roland says she paid for it out of the goodness of her heart, and Claire fucked her. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, but I think, she thought, this will be maybe reciprocated. I don't know. Maybe Claire did that because she's already married, right?
I mean, I guess, yeah, she's married. I guess she didn't realize that Claire was a monster because Claire's a fucking monster.
Absolutely. Let's see. Mia says, I doubt this is the first time this brine has been shitty like this. You know what? You never know, because people will surprise you in certain situations. Like some people will, like in high stress situations or just things that happen sometimes come out and you're like, whoa, I never thought I'd see this side of you.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree. Sometimes maybe she just is a shitty person and she was just chalking it up to other things, and this was kind of in your face kind of thing. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, no, I think that's it. But I think we're all in agreement here that Claire is the asshole and she has some fucking audacity to kick this girl out while pregnant and telling her she doesn't fit her aesthetic for her wedding photos.
Chappie just I get it. Naughty Yachty is substituting me for a male model that looks slightly like me. Same color of hair, just for the wedding pictures.
Just for the wedding pictures.
Swapping you out.
The whole groom.
Sorry about that, Chappie. All right, guys. So I think we could squeeze this in. I'm looking at the time, so let me squeeze in this next story, which is a workplace one.
Okay.
All right. To give a brief background, I have no social skills to speak of and extremely low self-esteem. So I was already like, I'm in. I need to know what's happening with this poor family.
Coming in with a bang. What an intro.
I've had this issue my whole life, and I've come to accept it and learned to live with it. I haven't had any friends, not one, since I was in middle school. Aw, that's sad. I had one short-term girlfriend when I was 22, but due to my low self-esteem, I drove her away. I've dealt with major self-esteem and depression issues all my life, and I'm incredibly self-conscious when talking to people and dealing with them out of fear of judgment and being afraid that any vulnerability that I show will be exploited. Not that it matters, but I can't help but expect people to wonder. I've been told I'm a handsome guy, but I reek of low self-esteem, which kills that advantage, especially with women. Despite this, I've done professionally well for the most part. When it comes to work or something that doesn't require opening up personally, I can excel. However, any attempts at forming personal relationships fall short. I avoid small talk or talking about my personal life with coworkers as much as possible, which means my connections with them are never as good as those who can socialize both personally and professionally. Ooh. I mean, you do need to have both components if you want to move up.
Yeah.
Unlike us who are perfectly happy staying in our little roles, so we're like, fucking don't talk to me.
I'm like, I don't want to grow, so fuck you.
When it comes to any sort of relationships, romantic or platonic, I'm a mess. My social skills are a level of someone with very low social experience. As for why I'm afraid, I've gotten a creep label. I've had a bad habit of staring at not just the opposite sex, but anyone who I've had an interaction with. I try to do this as normal and say hi or good morning anytime I see them, but I do it to an obsessive degree.
Oh no!
I don't know what that means, and I'm worried.
You went from to
Yeah. I actually did this with the male coworker I talked to once he started having occasional normal small talk with me. This habit went away because I thought about it less anytime we crossed paths. So he's obsessive at first, like just staring at you and just like being a weirdo. And then the more he's comfortable with you, he
eases it. Yeah.
Okay. I talked to another coworker, female, whom I don't know well. I thought she was cute. I admit, almost unconsciously, I found myself looking at her anytime we walked past each other in the hallway or she walked by my desk. I don't know why, but I realized it may have come off as weird and it became a compulsion at some point. I overthink simple things more than normal people do, and maybe didn't make small talk out of fear of being weird. Staring combined with not talking to someone in retrospect is not a good vibe. I have no interest in pursuing a relationship with this woman because of work, but I admit I had a crush. I'm afraid this compulsion has creeped her out, and her body language tells me this. Every time I walk past her, which I can't avoid, even if I want to, because we work in the same office, I can tell she has the ick.
Oh,
that would
no.
be me. I'd be like, oh no.
That would be me, because I'd be looking at you all kinds of crazy.
I make an effort to act as normal as possible and keep walking. I don't know this woman well enough to address the issue, and my brain tells me that this is a bad idea. The only idea I have is to try to look as normal as possible whenever we cross paths and hope that time fixes the issues. Trying to act normal, you're going to be more weird.
I don't know what to say to this poor soul, man. I'm just like, I get that that's not your intention, but you're overthinking it and you're making it worse.
You're making a bad situation worse, because he says,
Yeah.
I even thought about looking the opposite way or pretending to look at something in my hand to signal that I have no interest and that my behavior of staring has stopped. Like, what is he staring like? Is he like, I wish that we had visuals. Like, I want to know if he's overthinking it or he really is a fucking creep.
Because there's different types of stares, right? There's I'm gonna fucking kill you like stare, or there's something's kind of off about you, or you know, there's sometimes you're just kind of staring off into the distance and you can tell that it's not specifically at a person. So if we had visuals, that would, because it could be a range of things, but if you're like following her motions, she's walking completely, that's a little creepy.
I feel really bad because I don't want to make someone feel uncomfortable at work, and I also don't like it being perceived as some sort of pervert or weirdo.
I think we're way past that, sir. Way past that.
I mind the sexual creep perception more than the weirdo part. Outside of doing what I'm currently doing, is there anything else you guys think I should fix to make the situation better? I know. What are you doing?
How do you tell?
Like, just stop it. Just stop it. Whatever you're doing, just stop it.
Clearly, whatever you've done to date is not working. The weird part, though, is that he's self-aware to know what's happening. It's different when they don't know that they're doing it and they're like, oh shit, my bad. But he's self-aware to where he knows how it's come off. So that's clearly presented a problem for him throughout his time, because I'm sure he got told at some point, or how does he know he's coming off as the weird, creepy,
people's
dude?
I mean, well, from her, he knows he's being weird because she's her body language, right? And like,
but he's self-aware though. He's like, I know that what I do is what causes this, but then he doesn't fucking change it. Like,
he needs therapy. I
think you need a therapist. I think
need to find a way to work this out. But
Yeah.
to go confront her or say
No.
anything is going to make a situation worse. Just fucking back off of her. If you see her walking toward, like, go the other way. Like, don't make it so obvious, but also, I have a feeling like he's so in his head about it that even when he's trying not to be suspicious, he's being suspicious. It's like, I just thought of that little meme, like, don't be suspicious from like Parks and Rec. Like, that's what he's doing.
I think you're right. Or it could be that unless he's been told that and given that feedback, is it something that he's making up in his head? Do you know what I mean? Then where he feels is like, it could come off as creepy or like there's just this weird thing, because it's weird when someone's just staring at you and they don't like acknowledge you or hey, good morning, and then look away. Like when there's this awkward pause, you're kind of like, what the hell? You're making me uncomfortable, right? But is it something that he's received feedback for that, or is he thinking that's the way he's being perceived?
Because somebody must have told him something once.
I don't know.
it's just hard because you're not in the situation. We don't know. He didn't give more context, or maybe he did. Maybe people did ask in the comments, and I just didn't read it. 'cause
Well, no, I
that's the
think
type of person I am.
well, no, I think to answer the question is no, don't confront it. Like if you can't do anything else, look down. Like just look down. Don't look at her. Like look down, but don't look at your hand. Don't look like what are you doing looking at your hand? If it's like no, just look down, just hi, look down, keep going. You don't have to engage in conversation, but if you can't even walk past someone without creeping them out, like I feel like you need a therapist. I feel like how'd you get a job? Like, you know what I mean? Like I that's where I'm like, I don't know if it's as bad as maybe he thinks it is. Because how did he get a job?
Because professionally he's fine. He interviewed, like when it's on professional level, he says he's fine. It's just the social aspect that he just that he doesn't have. I don't know, but I say just avoid her. I mean that's all you can do. Like don't confront it. Don't make it worse.
Yeah,
just avoid her. I don't know.
Don't confront her.
What does everybody in the chat suggest? I mean, what do you guys suggest? Let us know in the chat. Like, what should this fucking guy do? Because I don't know. I mean, again, I don't have a full context. Why does he look like Mr. Bean in my head? Now he looks like that for all of us. Mia.
For everybody moving forward.
All right. So should we go over the chat and then close this up?
I think, yeah, put it in the chat, everyone. What do you think? Let me go up here so that I can get the chat from the top. So Roland says this poor fucker at the beginning of the story. Helen says low self-esteem is such a boner killer.
Of course Helen would write that.
Right on brand. Right on brand.
Right on brand, Helen. Absolutely.
Chappie says, is this the beginning of a serial killer's autobiography?
Could be.
It could be. It's teeter tattering. That's why I'm like therapist. It's right there. Roland says he's just a little obsessive and codependent. Roland says time ain't fixing shit. Let me go back to my original statement. This poor fucker. Yeah. Helen says it's a hand over the genitals that makes it weird. Mia says, what a good suggestion. Work from home, dude. Like find a work from home job and work from home.
Absolutely. This guy will really have a zero social life if he works from home.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know if that's the best thing for him, like long term, but
he needs to get therapy and like a life coach, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Like he says, stare at yourself in the mirror for 10 minutes and maybe you'll understand why it's weird. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's the fact that it doesn't register to him that he's doing something weird, or he knows and he's fully self-aware. He just can't control it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Roland says he isn't trying to. It's just part of of his hardwired mentality. I think what he's saying is that he's not he's not consciously making a decision. It's just how he's wired, and that's just the natural kind of reaction. And it's just, unfortunately for this guy, it just happens to be very awkward and creepy. Chappie says he is one step away from a restraining order. Seriously. Roland says, literally go back to the beginning. He has no social skills. No, I know he said he has no social skills, but you have to have a certain degree of social skills to pass an interview. You know, and that's where I was like, if in his mind, he thinks about this girl in like a professional setting, then he should be fine. He should be able to maneuver. But who knows? Roland says some people are high functioning, but socially not socially adept. Fluggy says he sounds like he's overly focused on body language and facial expressions in an effort to see how people are feeling about the situation, which I completely agree with. I think 100%. I think that's what I was saying. Is it in his mind where he's overly thinking it? And that's not how he's actually coming across, but that's what he feels he's coming across as, or is he's been told and like he knows this is how he's coming across. I've noticed people who stare a lot are just trying to gauge how you're feeling by what you're expressing on your face or with your body. Or he's just a weirdo creep. Like it's that's awesome. Mia says, I bet he's a software developer.
Yeah.
No, he's got a job without social skills.
Absolutely. And that's why he's made it as far as he has.
Maybe.
All right, guys. So that is it. We are done with our hour. Just some quick housekeeping before we go. We have Chappie joining us on Station Head on the 21st for our monthly installment of Songs We Hate. So looking forward to that.
Yes.
Then on the 28th, we will have Ms. Helen back on deck, filling us in on all things that happened with her over the holidays, right?
Can't wait.
Let us know how
the update.
How that's working out for her. So, and then we will be back here next Thursday. Tuesdays are on Station Head. And just a quick side note, though, for those who are tuned in that are also on Station Head, I have to promote this. Is tomorrow is Adam's last morning show because he is no longer living the vampire life. So he's now, instead of working graveyards, he's going to be working day shift like the rest of us. And he will not be doing his normal Monday through Friday shows anymore in the daytime for us.
Aww.
Yeah, so you guys can pop in and say goodbye to his morning show. I mean, he'll be doing night shows, but that morning show, it was a good 2.5, almost 3-year run.
Yeah.
With Adam there, yeah. But we're going to put Adam to work when he's on days because he had no choice. And we're like, you are now our new show producer.
Whether you like it or not. And we weren't weird about it, guys. We just told him, looked him in the eyes and said,
we just told him
what's happening.
Yeah, so Adam will be helping us out here on our shows once he's settled into his new schedule, as he is, going to be our new show producer. So anyhow, that's it, guys. We are done.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for your time. We appreciate you. Thank you for hopping on and hanging out with us. Again, if you want to get scheduled to collaborate with us on items like Songs We Hate or the morning after or anything else, any other type of collaboration that you'd like to do with us, please send us a DM. Again, our Instagram handle is
at IHIHWHS.
All right. Well, thank you all so much, and we'll
see you at your shows.
We'll see you on your shows.
Critter jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa, your workplace queens, sharing nightmares straight from the scenes. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, but at least we can laugh through the tears. Erika and Marissa have seen it all, from cubicle fights to the bathroom stall balls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, from the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, from the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here, so grab a seat, it's horror premiere. Office gossip, printer jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa, your workplace queens, sharing nightmares straight from the scenes. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, but at least we can laugh through the tears.